Sadly, for many years now, poverty has been endemic in many of the developing countries in the world, but increasingly with the problems in the economic crisis, it's also affecting many industrialized countries. And consequently, unemployment, low income, rising debt, lack of food and poor health are now being experienced by many, many people, and that includes people here in Ireland. Now, the Church has responded to this by producing particularly good guidelines and principles around Catholic social teaching that address issues around social policy, justice and equality. And some of those principles of Catholic social teaching that directly relate to all aspects of poverty, including respect for the dignity of the human person, that they are always a means and never an end, respecting human life, and not just by not attacking innocent human life, but also taking into account the impact of poverty on the quality of that life. And in terms of the principle of association, it's the way in which we organize our politics, our economics, our policies, our laws, because they too influence human dignity and the ability and capacity of a person to move out of poverty. And when the Church talks about the principle of protecting those who are vulnerable and at risk, it means that society has got to have structures that take into account the needs of those people with no voice and little, if any, power. But while these principles of Catholic social teaching are all very fine, they do need to be applied in a meaningful way. They need to be given life. And that means that they need to look at real aspects of poverty and need throughout the world. And that's going to be difficult. Just consider for a moment a couple of the recent problems around inequality and poverty here in Ireland. For example, close your eyes and picture Croke Park. And imagine a child, the day of the Mass in Croke Park for the Eucharistic Congress, but now imagine a child sitting on each one of those seats. It's about 80,000 children. Put another 25,000 children on the pitch. That's over 100,000 children, the number of children that today are living in poverty in Ireland. Or empty the cities, evacuate everyone in Cork City, in Limerick, in Galway, in Waterford. And you've now removed 300,000 people, ghost cities, and yet the number of people on the live register is 430,000 people, more than those populations living every day with the poverty of despair and hope that so often accompanies unemployment. And another indication is the work of the Societies of Vincent de Paul, because last year they responded to over 86,000 calls for help. They spent more than 75 million euro. They had to spend 10 million on food, 9 million on energy bills, 4 million on education, 15 million on things like health, furniture, mortgages, rents, and so much more. And then another 32 million helping with services like hostels, social housing, creche facilities for poorer children, and much more. So, given the increasing level of poverty here in Ireland, the challenge facing the Church is how it can become a strong and vocal advocate for the application of social principles to public affairs, and particularly the application of the concept of the common good, so that the decisions that affect the lives of people made every day by politicians, state agencies, and financial institutions are made in a fair and just manner. Now, if that can be done, then if we can apply the principles of Catholic social teaching in public affairs, then we at least might be able to start to see a reduction in the dreadful effect of poverty and exclusion on the lives of so many people, not just here in Ireland, but also throughout the world.